Hey, I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome to this week's edition. It's Hot Rod Hangout. Time to look at what's new at the shop here, and we're going to go for a drive today over to the alley shop and check it out. I know it's Friday and not Thursday. It's been
actually lucky to even get one today.
I know. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's been nuts. You were gone for a couple of days. We had a road trip out to Edmonton, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming, like the end of this week, next
Actually,
week.
Lloyd's on the road right now as we speak, going to pick up a couple.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought one back. Lloyd's going back on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be wild. Plus, we got the long weekend coming up, and it's been really busy around here with people coming in. So exciting times, but we just ran out of time yesterday. Couldn't get it done. Anyways, here we are for you today. We're going to look at a handful of things in the showroom here, four vehicles or so-ish. And we're actually going to hop in something brand new that we haven't even looked at yet.
I haven't even got the door open yet.
Nope. We're just going to we'll see what happens. It's going to be a consignment vehicle, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
See how much I like it.
See how much you like it and if you fall in love. And then it might be just ours. Either way, for sale. But we have not even looked at it. So we're going to go for a quick drive in that across the street. So stick around, lots of fun stuff to come.
We have lots of stuff across the street we haven't seen. We're not going to showcase anything. We're just going to go for a quick walk and kind of, show what we have brewing, because we have stuff that just came in that we're just kind of working through and going through the checklist and everything. So
yeah, making sure it's all good before it hits the showroom floor.
A sneak peek for what's coming.
Exactly.
Or what's here, but there's also more coming. Anyway.
Yeah. And we got to say a big thank you to Murray, who you've seen sort of in videos here and there once in a while. He spent a lot of time, and I'm pretty pumped because it's all done. My new office. Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Looks pretty good.
It's awesome. We got some windows in there and the pump, and
it's more like a piece of art almost, like
kind
the way
of
it
is.
turned out.
So big thanks to Murray and
some neon signs and make it look kind of cool.
Yeah, I think we got to do that. I think we need some neon signs, maybe some tire down there, make it look like kind of like a old I don't know, service station kind of thing.
There'll be some stuff moving around up front here too.
Exactly, yeah. My old Mustang desk's gonna relocate over to here in a little bit.
Probably put a golf cart or two here, and then we're gonna move the rest of the golf carts to the other side for the winter time.
Exactly.
Put some more cars on the side. So yeah, today's gonna be a busy day.
So on with the show, and we're starting out right here. This is our first victim.
We've talked about this for quite a while, and it's harder getting parts for these old cars now, right? And this is one that sat for years. It was in storage for a lot of years. So when things get stored for a long time, that's bad, because now we got to go through the fuel system. Is the biggest part of it, right?
Yeah.
You drop the fuel tank, all the fuel lines, the carburetor, everything from front to back needs to get done, right?
And with stuff from the late 60s, 70s, 80s, you can go to a parts store. We got lots of great guys, lots of people, businesses we work with in Saskatoon, like WSSL and Sutherland Automotive. A lot of those newer, in quotes, cars, you can get a carb kit for right now today. This is one, though, that has to come from
it's a
different place, because it's an older style carb, right? It's a 50s car, so.
Everything just takes more time.
It does, exactly. So this is a 55 Ford Fairlane Crown Victoria, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's that era that they kept changing.
Yes.
With the Fairlane and the Galaxy and there's different.
I love it. I mean, maybe pink isn't for everybody, but I think it's so 50s and so cool.
I like it too.
I actually had somebody in here. Now, Kevin is about halfway done his job on this. It had a clay bar done to it yesterday, so it's already got a whole bunch more shine than it did before. But it's gonna get a quick polish on it, just to bring that gloss back up on this guy. It's not like base clear. This is an old restoration.
Oh, this was done a long time ago, but it still shows really well.
Oh, does it ever? Does it ever? There's no bubbles. It hasn't rusted since then. Again, a little more work we're gonna do on the interior to get the whites back to white on these seats. So it's not quite finished yet, but by the end of today, it will be. I got to drive this. I went after it sat in the shop for a while when it was finally ready to go in here. I got to drive it, and it does drive like a 50s car, but it's a lot better than you'd think. It really is. It still brakes really well. It more than keeps up with traffic, because this is the 312, right?
I believe so, yeah. This is an automatic too, isn't it?
It's an automatic, yeah. It's an automatic. But its only giveaway is this cruise liner size of a steering wheel. I don't think it has power steering, honestly. I don't believe it does. We're gonna pop the hood in a second. But you really wouldn't know it. The only giveaway is when you drive cars like this, is that the steering is slow. What I mean is you got lots of turns to make before the car actually starts to kind of go around a corner. But I love this translucent, like you can see from the back of it, it's like a see-through, you know, that was a Thunderbird thing in the 50s. It came out in 55 as well. I love the clock, and the radio is a round dial, which is really cool. It's just a fun car. It's pink and white. How can you go wrong?
Huh.
And look at how clean and tidy it is into there. Ford V8. So single pot brakes, no power brakes.
Still 55, so this is a 6 volt.
That's right, still a 6 volt.
Which is funny because in Chevy, it was 12 volt.
Yep.
Ford is 6 volt. Like that's the year that there was kind of the transitional period.
And there was, you know, doing like kind of watching back or going back in history, the 55 Chevy 567s were like we don't feel like it now, but they were revolutionary for a bunch of things that they changed. 12 volts was one of them. Mm-hmm. Some of the suspension components and the way that they set up things was like brand new technology, which is what really rocketed Chevy ahead of the competition. I mean, it always went back and forth between Ford and Chevy and so forth, you know, year to year. But in 55 specifically, there was a lot of advancements on the Chevy that hadn't showed up on Ford just yet. This is still a great car. Look at how nice the chrome is. It just gleams.
And the crown, like, well, you show people, do you know what the crown means?
Tell me what the crown means.
Well, it's like the crowning jewel on the car.
That's right here, right?
Well, no, but this is the styling.
Oh, you mean the top?
This is what a crown means. Like it's this piece of chrome that comes around the top.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the crown in the Crown Victoria means.
Oh, okay.
And there's also one version of this car that had the glass top too.
There is, yes.
Yeah. We have a 54 with the glass top, but they also made a 55. This is the same car basically as that 54.
Yeah.
This is like the next model year.
Right. Just a restyled nose.
That's
on
a
it.
Mercury too, but but it's restyled. But this had an option of a glass top.
Yeah.
That's super rare to have a crown.
Super
with glass,
cool.
But
super cool. It drives great. It starts and runs nice. It's a really cool
color,
car. Yeah. It's a great car. So if you're kind of feeling 50s, this is a great way to go.
Great cruiser to get ice cream.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wear the poodle skirts and slick back the hair. It's all good. We're gonna go back to a car right now that we had here before. It left for a short time and it's back. We can actually give it away. We can blame our very own Darby for this.
Yeah.
Because Darby fell in love with this car when he was working here.
He's just about as bad as me.
Yeah. Darby buys and sells like he changes his underwear. Just about every day.
Yeah.
Hopefully every day for the underwear.
But he had this. He drove it for, I don't know, was it a month, I guess. But he drives his stuff like every day.
Yep.
So he put a lot of miles on it. We changed the hood on it. It's got a 6-pack hood.
So it's got a mean hood to go with it. I love that.
So he's got the Steelies on it.
Yep.
The cop car Steelies, I guess you call them.
Exactly.
New tires.
There's a
little more rubber on the back.
A little more rubber on the fenders. You know, we've had this car, had it for a little while. It's maybe an unusual color, but it is such a great car to drive. Darby just raved over it.
I tell you what, though, this car was sitting back in that corner for quite a while, and it didn't show well back in the corner.
Yep.
When I first seen the car out at the car show when Darby had it, I'm like, did you just polish this? He's like, no, he didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But it looks so much better sitting outside.
Totally.
And I've had the opportunity, I drove this car for probably a week as my daily driver.
Yep.
Fantastic driver. One of those cars, just everything works and it drives awesome. That 4-speed auto on the highway, you just flick the switch, the revs come down. It's a perfect highway car.
Yeah. Well, and
sounds killer.
Sounds good, and he said it's pretty much a bat out of hell. Like it really does move.
Pretty peppy.
Yeah. Right. So
it's fun to drive.
Happy to have it back, but it could be yours.
One of those cars that it's not going to break the bank, but it's sure a lot of bang for the buck.
Yeah.
And it's one of the driest Mopars I've ever seen. Like, there's not a speck of anything anywhere on this car.
No, not at all.
Like underneath it doesn't matter where you look.
Even with the vinyl top on it, there is no evidence of anything going on with this vinyl top. It is
I think the only styling cue for me that I would do in this car, for myself, I would dye the top black.
I think I agree with that. It's got a kind of an off-white, creamy colored interior anyways. I like the steely look on the wheels, the raised ladder tires.
The black hood I can live with now. If you dyed the top black and you put like maybe a spoiler or the bumblebee stripe on it, I think it would really set it off.
What are we waiting for?
15 other cars we got on the go. That's what we're waiting for. A little bit behind.
A little bit behind. Okay, next one we want to actually take a harder look at is this right here.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, right.
What a nice car.
We just had a quick glance at it before when we were outside at the shop, alley shop last
Again,
week.
I keep saying this, but we keep on raising the bar. This has to be the nicest Challenger we've ever had in the shop.
I think it has.
And we keep on getting nicer ones, but so far to date, this is probably the nicest one that we've had.
The paint is just awesome. The interior is perfect.
This was an absolute frame-off done car. The bottom side's painted shiny red, so there's nothing to hide. This is all numbers matching 340. It's the right colors. It's everything according to the fender tag is correct on this car.
Yep.
Except for this was a factory undercoat car.
Okay.
So when they were painting it, it was so nice they opted just to paint the bottom red, which is pretty cool. But that's the only modification or only change off of the fender tag. So there's no spoiler from factory. It's the right colors from factory. The vinyl top, the motor, everything is.
I did get a couple comments. So I want to ask you, quiz you about a couple things.
The bumpers.
The bumpers, right? We got a comment because we had this on YouTube somewhere. Somebody said those aren't the right because it had those big bumperettes.
73 was the first year of the ridiculous looking, but the 5 mile an hour bumper or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Had the big
5 and 10s,
yeah. So everyone that has a Challenger, if you're going to rebuild one, you don't put those ugly ones back on, in my opinion. If you want it to be absolutely bone stock original back to the car was when it was sold, yes, you can still put the ugly bumper back on if you want to.
Yep.
To make it look like that, but this is a better look, and everyone does this, puts the 72 bumper on.
Okay, so next thing is I've seen some pictures online with this. Somebody also commented, what's that Challenger thing doing there? I've looked it up. Some of them have it, some of them don't. Do we know?
I don't know that.
Okay, so if somebody's watching, I have seen, because I don't know the information, but I've Googled 73 Challenger. Half the photos that show up on Google have this script right here. Some of them don't. So what's the difference?
This car is so original that I'm guessing that was put back in the spot that it was.
That's what I believe. But it's tough to figure out because Google will, you say Google 73 Challenger, that picture might have been labeled as a 73, but it was a 72 or a 74 or what,
I don't know. I know more than the average guy about the Mopars, but I'm not an expert. So we'd a lot of people put like the hood pins on, which I think looks killer. But obviously this is not a factory hood pin car.
Look at how nice it is, man.
Oh, the underneath, too bad you can't see the underneath. For all the floorboards all shiny red, it's.
Let's see how low I can go here. We'll do the limbo. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow.
You want a car that's ready to put in the Dragons car show tomorrow with mirrors? This is the car.
This is the car. 340 4-barrel right there.
Yeah. The battery could be the one thing that.
Of course, yeah, we could get a cover for that,
I would
right?
change.
Power brakes, power steering, disc brakes.
It's got the right hose clamps.
It does have the right hose clamps.
The first thing, I don't know why, it's the first thing that I look at is the hose clamps. To see what kind of a detail that people have put in.
Yep.
Did you go to Princess Auto and buy just a ching, ching, ching,
Yeah.
Or did you use the actual proper ones?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Very nice.
This would be the first year of the charcoal canister.
Oh yeah, because we started to get some emissions in 73. Yeah. That's the reality.
So they had it half screwed up in 73. 74, they went full screwed up.
That's right, yeah.
So most people take those off. It's kind of neat to have that on here.
Yeah.
It does, it does serve a purpose though in certain cases. We had a 69 Corvette in here not too long ago, and the problem was the gas smell. Mm-hmm. And didn't matter. It was vented properly, everything was done, but it still had the gas smell when he was storing it in his garage. So the charcoal canister fixes that problem.
Yeah, because it pushes all the fumes through the canister, and then it recycles that into the engine as it's running to get rid of that fume smell.
So it does have a function.
Yeah. Some of the emission stuff, let's just be honest, some of it did choke down the engine. Mm-hmm. Other parts of it didn't have much of a penalty. You got to think though, they really started to detune it. Half of it's emissions junk, and half of it was detuning it for unleaded gas and for that sort of different stuff. So
and the insurance rates for the high horsepower stuff.
Right. So it's a kind
down.
of a combination with this with that stuff. Right.
This is the last year for the 340.
Yep.
Which was in my opinion, is a phenomenal motor.
Yep.
Fun to drive.
Cool.
But just such a nice car. White interior, white top, good color combination.
It is great.
It's got the rally dash. I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it does. I think it's a. Actually, I gotta dive in there for one more look for everybody here.
It's rally dash. Yeah.
Rally dash. So we've got the and the. By the way, I think I had seen that one of them when I put the key on, the clock was turning, but tachometer works great. Speedometer
Is it a
works.
150 speedo?
That is a 150 speedo.
Yep.
And radios, factory radios in there. Like this is a really well done car.
Yeah. So yeah, gorgeous. We had this through our shop. Went through everything top to bottom.
This is actually one of those ones that was restored and
sat for a long time.
Sat for a long time, so we had to do some
But we had to do
some fuel line work.
Fuel line and carburetor, and it's perfect now. It's awesome.
It's perfect. Yeah.
Car looks perfect, but it didn't run perfect. So now it runs perfect.
Exactly. So bottom line, drive them.
Drive them. Yeah. The car sits for 17 years. It's not going to be good for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Like
that's right. It's great for the paint, but not great for the rest.
Yeah.
Let's keep the Mopar trend going. Woohoo!
We've had a few of these. These are always fun to have.
Yeah, they are. It says SRT. There's the Bumblebee right there. We got ourselves a Hellcat.
Yes.
It's a 2016 Hellcat.
They only made this color for 2 years, the B5 blue.
It is B5 blue. A couple options on this are the bronzy wheels, right?
Yeah, factory options.
Factory options. The black hood is a factory option as well. It's a manual, which was an option.
Yes.
Right. That was a thing. I actually got to pop the trunk on this. I'm going to go around. This is a one-owner car, right from brand new.
Yep.
Actually, I got to hear the story. Did you hear the story of this car?
Well, the guy's wife had bought it for him.
Yeah, it was a Father's Day present. He was humming and hawing about it and kind of interested, and his wife actually went into the dealership in Prince Albert, bought it, and then they were going to a hockey game at the Art Hauser Center one evening, and we know Anderson Motors is just down the street basically, and they said, hey, let's stop in and check out, let's see if they still got that car you were looking at. And he just thought, okay, well, we'll go peek in the window.
And it has a sold sign on it.
And the wife pulled out a key for the dealership. They gave her a key for after hours to go in. And there was a bow on the top and his name on an envelope with a key inside.
I thought they had like a sold sign, so he thought it was already sold.
Yeah.
But maybe he looked in the window.
He looked and thought it was sold. And they said, well, let's go in further. And they gave her a key for the place. Like, was that cool? So in here, tucked away, we have all those goodies. There's those corners that everybody wants for the front.
The window stickers.
The window sticker,
like the steering wheel.
Steering wheel cover, the wraps, some of the other, pieces that come with it, and then a big file folder. So we're gonna do this with one hand, of all of those things that come with the car. All the pieces of paper that belong with it, the build sheets and the original sales brochure, and then there's one of those tags, how you take care of the leather pieces and
window stickers in the very bottom.
Yeah, so anyways, it comes with all that stuff, which is what you want to have happen with it. Oh yeah, window stickers in there, so.
Yeah, you gotta have all this stuff. Means a lot to these kind of cars, right?
It does mean a lot.
And it's a one owner, and yeah, it's a Saskatchewan car.
Yeah, so.
The only modification to this car is the shifter.
And the original shifter is in that box.
Yep.
So if you really didn't like this guy, you can put the factory one back on, but the pistol grip is pretty cool too. Yep. Kind of a nice homage to, the 70s stuff.
I think he had that pistol grip on every one of his Mopars, whether it came with it or not. So
beautiful cool car. I always thought this was wickedly cool, especially when it came out. The regular Challenger low beam, high beam, but as soon as you got the Hellcat with the supercharger, that's the induction. There's a light that lights up here, but that's the air intake. The other one is a dummy one on the other end.
There's like a halo around.
Yeah, there's a halo. Let's get this hood open here. There it is, supercharged.
So I've had a few of these. I actually I had a brand new back in 16. I bought a brand new one, and that's the one that my wife and I took on a trip. We went down through the States, up through the shoe swaps and through the mountains, and what a fantastic car to have on the highway through the mountains. It was just awesome. Lots of room for luggage, really comfortable, nice size.
Pretty good handling.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it lowers, like in your different modes going down the mountains, you can put it in your different mode, and the whole car lowers down.
And I mean, Brembo brakes, they're slotted brakes, so it handles everything you can throw at it, basically.
There's way more, it's 700 horse or more, but there's more to the car than just the motor. Like it's chassis, brakes, like it's a lot more.
It's truly sad that Chrysler has stopped making this.
Yeah.
You know, and they haven't come up with the next generation. Well, I guess they kind of have. It's electric. Who cares? It's not going to sell anyways.
That's why like the Mustangs are going crazy because that's really one of the only ones left.
That's it.
Camaro's going to be done.
Camaro's done.
24 is done. The
Yep.
Corvette's still going, so there's still a Corvette.
There's a Corvette, but the Corvette is now a supercar. You know, it's a mid-engined. It's lightning quick. It's an amazing American car, but it's not a muscle car anymore, right? So the last muscle car with a V8 under the hood, and you can still get a manual transmission and rear-wheel drive, is the Ford Mustang.
I don't think you can even get a manual transmission anymore, can you?
GT350.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we just seen one yesterday, a GT350R.
I know.
That'd be nice to get in here.
All right, let's go. Let's go see what we got outside here.
We're passing a couple of my favorite cars.
I know. Yeah, the Galaxy, the Sun Valley.
Yeah, I like both of these cars.
They're both great. Okay, get ourselves outside here.
Woohoo! Again.
So, we're just getting our eyes on this 66?
67.
67. Chevelle SS.
The real 138 VIN, 396.
Holy. Gonna hop in here, go for a little cruise over the alley shop. I see we got to get this going, but wow, sweet. So this is coming here. We're not sure if it's gonna be consignment or ours yet, but I was thinking we should look in this book here. Look at this.
He said this quit working when he drove it over. So we gotta fix that. But.
So this is the vintage docks. 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396 car originally.
Yeah.
Production in Oshawa, Ontario. Sold to Brett's Chevrolet's Cadillac Chilliwack, BC when brand new. Was a 396 car with a 3-speed automatic. Doesn't say, it just said, oh, no, it did have a radio. Okay, so the radio's been deleted. It did have a radio. Red striped tires. Posi rear end, heavy duty front and rear suspension, and seat belts. Now, yep, 468. It's got a 468.
Get it now, yeah.
Holley quick, this is a quick fuel carburetor, 800 CFM. Icon pistons, Eagle rods, King Racing main, competition cam. Wow, that's fantastic. Now it's a TH400 instead of a TH350. No, it has a 350 to start. Sorry, a 400 to start, my bad. Flowmasters, 3-inch exhaust, Hedman headers. Holy, that's fantastic. All right, here we are. What a car.
That sounded good.
Did it ever? Like it says, true 138 VIN. It's got the plate. Why don't you pop the hood?
I don't know if this is the real color or made up color. I'm not sure.
Okay, so the badges say 427. It's a 468. You kind of figure 30 over bore?
Well, 468 usually a 454 to 30 over.
454, 30 over. Okay,
So we're not sure exactly what.
Yeah, so we got to get a little bit more information from the owner.
It's got 427 badging.
I know, so
I'm
a
not
little confused. Oh, I was wrong. No power brakes. Still no power brakes. But we got dual circuit, power steering car. Wow. Hey.
We're just dropping wheel weights off for you guys.
Look at this. Sweet.
Huh. So far, so good.
Yeah, no kidding. Isn't that ever
I see
awesome?
one of these every day.
Okay, we're gonna get a few updates on a couple of things in here. Here's Kendra. Let's go back in the shop here. Oh, and there's Josh.
Hey.
Hey.
Ooh.
Okay, 68,
68
right?
Camaro. We'll feature at a later date, but it's just about done, I think.
That's right.
Close.
Yeah, it needed a few touch-ups, but the paint is gorgeous.
Red number pedals.
Nice. Yeah, it's a 4-speed car. Look at the white stripes; they're all painted in. It's beautiful. Still working on our GTO.
Just about done.
Just about done. A few more panels to go back in there. Some bumpers I know they're working on, which
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
just about done.
This is going to be off the hoist right away. The Chevy
Hopefully,
truck.
yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
This one should be done right away. Just they're working on the timing right now. This is another car that's sat for years and years and years. So we had to go through the whole fuel system again, and
Yep.
that's a common thing, right? It's one
Totally.
of those things that people think it's okay just to leave it sit, and it's not.
37 or 38?
37.
37 Chevy. Master sedan.
Pro Street.
Yeah, Pro Street, yes.
Look at those tires.
Oh, what are those going on?
That's for our kids, our youngest kids, Dooley.
Cool. Okay, we finally had to have a little bit of a quicker look at this. We have a
71 Challenger ragtop shaker.
we have a sold sign on this, don't we? Though
It is sold.
it is sold.
But we wanted to show you, this is the first ragtop e-body that I've ever had here.
That's
so
right. Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the ragtop on the e-bodies, but I know that they're very rare. So
and that makes them worth a lot of money too.
this is originally a 318 car.
This is the one. Okay, we're diving in here. No word of a lie. I'll steady my hand. That clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Again, rally gauges, 150 mile an hour speedometer. Newer stereo in this, but the clock is ticking on this one.
So this one would be super cool. I think the new owner is going to probably do like an RT clone to it. Probably put a Hemi in it or a big block. Keep the shaker.
Because it's a 340,
Now it's a 340,
but it was a
318.
Okay, there we go. So it's
So this is originally a 318 car.
right.
But
So if we're already past the point where we don't have the 318 in it anymore, so it's not numbers matching.
But to be
have some
honest,
fun.
though, these cars, like 7071 Challenger, that's the year you want. In a ragtop, in a shaker, if this was, if you had a 426 Hemi in here,
Yeah,
I've seen these cars go 200 grand.
I know. It's wild.
But it's on its right path, it's the right colors to go that way. Like the RT would have had the little scoops here, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
There
for
or
sure.
there, I can't remember. But it has scoops that go on it.
Yeah, what a car.
Anyway, we got this one lowered now. We got the front of this.
Did
got
we?
the spindles on it.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
So
Oh,
this
that
one's
looks
ready
better.
to go over.
We're calling
That
it
changed it a lot.
Mater 2. Oh, that looks great.
Front
Wow.
came down 2 or 2.5 inches.
That looks dynamite.
Yeah, like that's what it needed.
Did it ever. Wow.
So this one can get back to the other side. This is ready to go.
We got our bourbon over here. It's all polished up, ready to roll too. Nice truck. Awesome.
What else?
Caprice is sold over here. I know this guy's leaving pretty soon.
Where's the other?
Still got this big blue beauty right here. Our big estate wagons in here. Kingswood Estate.
The 300's going to Ontario.
300 is sold.
I think the blue one's going to be sold.
Blue one's going to be sold. We still have a Challenger. I know it's
Charger.
not Charger. Sorry, not posted yet.
That's still in my private collection.
That's right. Customer car here, one of our previous
Getting
ones,
air
and
conditioning.
waiting for our hood to come
Where's
on this
that
guy.
one that we got one new one in? Oh, you know what?
What?
It needed one little touch up on it, so I bet you our paint guys grabbed it.
Probably.
I thought it was going to be here.
Okay.
So next week's video is going to be off bonkers because we've got so much new stuff.
Yeah, totally.
I'll wait till you see what's in the trailer Lloyd's bringing back tonight. It's
gonna be
there's some cool stuff.
Pretty killer. Pretty killer.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got your list there? What else is coming? Let's go over that. We've been keeping here people for like 30
Okay.
minutes, so thanks for sticking with us.
So there's that. We got a 74 Duster coming,
Ooh,
4-speed, I believe.
nice.
Well, you've seen the 68 Camaro. We got I think we got a 49 Ford coming today. Flat deck hoist, all original. It was in the Dragons
Oh,
2 in 23.
yeah, sweet.
We got a 40 Ford hot rod truck that's supposed to be here, but it's gone to get a little touch up.
Yep.
Bright orange.
Okay,
47 Merc car ragtop, factory ragtop.
nice.
Now this is like more like a resto mod. It looks all stock, lowered white walls, but it's got an LS3 in it.
Oh, awesome.
38 Chev Coupe hot rod.
Yep.
57 Baby T-Bird.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's 67 Chevelle that we just looked at.
Drove
there.
over here, yeah.
And we have another 1940 Ford truck, Pro Street, big block, blown. This is like a $300,000 bill. Like it's a crazy one. Like I think back in the day it was built for the Riddler Award, possibly, I think.
Wow.
When it was built. So it's one of those like crazy ones that it might be coming here for us to sell. Not for you to buy, but for us to try and sell.
Nice.
See what happens there. And I'm sure I'm missing lots again.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a long video here today, but lots of fun, and we're gonna have a huge video for you here next week. Like and subscribe to always catch what's going on here at the shop, and we'll see you next time on Hot Rod Hangout.